or if you commit one crime and they can find another crime that you have committed or that you're wanted for. Yes, that's in the land of the free and of the brave. That is in a land that has a legal structure, a database. Not in my Nigeria. In Nigeria, you're telling me because they arrested Bintu on success allegation, that equals discovery of Elegushi petition, which Elegushi did not even mention Bintu in his petition. But you now tell me that Elegushi said, and others. And others means including AFTV, including Aristocrat, including Paparano, including everybody that has ever mentioned his name. Is what you're telling me that anybody that's ever mentioned Elegushi's name can be pulled in. We're not talking about how to neutralize this hunter being hunted. We are rather promoting the ideology that anybody who has spoken about Elegushi falls under a blanket that they can be pulled in. And not only pulled in, but now they are indefinitely being detained. The second example, Yinka. Yinka went for a rally, which Baba Mohbad did not do, Adura did not do, Mama Mohbad did not do, Wunmi did not do, the Afeniferis did not do a protest. And the lady who had the balls to show us the way, the next day, she doesn't even get the glory, to enjoy the glory of a good job, which is what they do to all of us. The minute we do a good job, they come after you. We're not looking at the damage that they have done to the movement when you don't even have the day to celebrate. She's picked up. Instead of us talking about how to get her out, we're now saying, oh, she was picked up for this, and then the Elegushi factor came in. In my Nigeria that you cannot even call the police on the street behind the police. You live behind the police station, you cannot even get the police to attend to you in 4 hours. And that same Nigeria, you're able to trace Bintu and Yinka to Legushi's petition, blanket petition, to reel in anybody. Guys, we have moles. Somebody sold Yinka out, somebody sold Bintu out, make una begin using our head. My Nigeria is not that efficient. I love my Nigerian police, but I know they're not that efficient to trace somebody in a rally to Elegushi's petition. She was not mentioned in that petition. Bintu was not mentioned in that petition. Now, we are being silenced. We are being silenced. And I can feel the silence in this platform today. I can feel the mood that the narrative is changing. Some of our leaders and elders are tapping. Elegushi was never, if Nigeria was that efficient, Elegushi has not been questioned on Mohbad's petition, where Mohbad is physically and forever gone. Nobody on that petition should be walking free or without being questioned. Not to talk of detain. You're detaining people who spoke about somebody who is mentioned in a petition that has real life consequence where the party is deceased. The ball is gone. Let it be their bad luck that Mohbad is dead if they didn't have a hand in it. Let it be their bad luck that Mohbad even mentioned them. The more reason police should have questioned them. The more reason they should be detained. You don't detain people that are mentioned on a real life case of murder, but you detain people who are speaking for justice. People speaking for justice are getting reeled in. And those on a real life petition, which we have a dead body, they are walking free and they're the ones bodaciously threatening us. What are we talking about, guys? What are we smoking? Look, I prefer one solution because I like to look for the way forward. My sons, my brothers and sisters, and my daughters in Nigeria, I want you to protest. I know if you protest, they will arrest some people because that's their MO. And we don't have enough energy and resources to be chasing them down or to be getting everybody out of jail. No good nation has gotten to where they are without some people paying the sacrifice. If you can stand, I stand with you. But if you cannot stand, don't protest. I advise everybody in the UK, Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, go to Shell in the Netherlands, protest. Let's block all their interest. Let's turn on the fire. Let these corporate entities begin to understand that they are dealing with Lagos State, a killing field where justice has not been given to Bamishe after 3 years, justice not given to Sylvester, and right now it appears that justice will not be given to Mobile. I'm begging you, those of us in diaspora, before they kill and arrest all our people, we protest at Coca-Cola, at Guinness, and all the embassies, lock them down for 3-5 days, let them begin to call Lagos and say, what the hell are you doing, Lagos? What are you doing? These people won't leave our front yard. And if they ask us why, we'll tell them because if we do it in Lagos or Abuja, they'll lock us up. That's my advice. And please, stop tapping, guys. No tap dancing. No tap dancing. This is not the time. We're not children. We're not children. Millionaires, mothers, fathers, students are on this movement. So don't talk to us like we're kids. Thank you, aristocrat.
Aristocrat, please can I quickly respond to Africa?
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Please, just want to ask, are you aware of the videos shared by Adewala this morning regarding some recordings that were made on Tihn platform?
No, I haven't seen anything of Adewala.
Okay, if you see that, you would actually know that those guys have been taking screenshots. I mean, not screenshot. What do we call it? Screen recording of all what everyone has been saying on this app.
Yes, no,
so they even actually know her husband. They even said the guy is planning to be a counselor. So basically, when she went out for that protest, they now used the opportunity to send every video that she might have said things damaging to the personality of the Elegushi, and they sent it to the police. So basically what is happening now is people who are aligned to Wumi are now targeting anyone that comes out and that has said anything they feel is a criminal they can use to silence people. So this is not about people tapping out. This is about what Aristocrat is saying. Let us be mindful if we are on this platform. Let us be mindful of what we say, so that especially if you're in Nigeria, you can be controlled by the law, where there are loopholes in the law where the police can abuse your freedom, your human rights. Be careful of what you say on social media, so that if you go out and protest, there will be nothing they can use to arrest you. And that is what we are not, nobody's bowing. We just been said, let's just be careful. Do not say things like what Binti said, like what he played about Binti Lai. I made some statements that they saw three people taking a child into the palace. So what's that saying? That can you prove that evidence? You are saying this now, and you know the law that is applicable in the country. So if they arrest you now and they say, "Where's the evidence you saw Wumi going with a child into the palace?" And if you cannot provide that evidence, because basically this is not the case of like Tinubu that was being abused. That was just abuse. But at this moment, we are making allegations against Elegushi that is involved, that is the father of the child, and because of that child, he was practically involved in the murder of Mohbad. This has now gone. That's what I'm saying now.
It's because of the
If we
petition
are
now.
making those allegations, let us provide the evidence. We can't just be making allegations based on hearsay, because that is criminal. And that is
Who making the
knowledge.
allegation now?
No, that
His
is
name is in the petition. Who making the allegation, my brother?
that is a petition that it was okay. Like for example, now when they made the protest, I felt in my own experience they should not have mentioned the word Liam is not the child of Mohbad in that protest. That triggered those guys up. That way you protest things. For example, now if we had gone, that's why I said in things we need to. If we are trying to get people like CNN, if you want to get people like CNN, BBC involved, you need to be able to back up your evidence. If BBC asks us, and now, how are you so sure this guy is not the child of this? I mean, the child is not the son of Mohbad. None of us can produce the evidence. So what we can just say is allegedly, we believe, based on the attitude of this lady, she's avoiding to do DNA. We believe that this is a motive. But when you ascertain clearly that this child is not the son of this, or this child is the son of Elegushi, that has become a criminal defamation. And that is what aristocrats is trying to advise us, that we should be careful, mindful of how we make our assertions if you cannot prove it. Because this case will use it against you in law. And for example, that's why I asked him, for example, that even if we go in and say Elegushi is the father of the child, can we use the law to force Elegushi to go for a DNA test? As long as he's not we are not the father of the child, we cannot ask the law to compel the man to do a DNA test. So we need to be careful of the way we accuse people on social media. Many of us are afraid in the past, and we've fallen along that line of making accusations just to follow the trend and making assertions that we cannot prove. Even that's why I said I raised the equator that the first sister where that suspicion came up was on the platform of certain Yeye. Even the Yeye did not mention the name of the king. He just said, "What I've heard will shock people." And she said she had she did say she had the recordings, but someone said they had the recordings. Till today, no one has played the recordings of what they had with the guys in the cell. And when those guys even came to the CTC, they did not mention these facts. That is
Do you know that
this
lover said it too? Do you know this lover said it?
Well, okay, this lover said, okay, can you go to court and say this lover said this? If you had said according to this lover,
go to his page.
That's one thing about
who is this lover? Can you identify this lover on the road when you see this lover?
Okay, if you go to court now, they'll say, go and bring this lover. That is what this is about education was that if we want, that's why it's okay. That's why I said, can you go to CNN now and okay, have you ever watched someone on CNN making an accusation that I saw this, because I saw that the gossip me? They will ask you, do you have even Channels News? They will stop you immediately. Do you have any evidence? Can you ascertain what you're saying? Because this themselves can be sued. That's why they will stop you if you cannot prove it. They will even make a disclaimer that we have not verified the statement so and so person is making, because they're trying to save themselves from being sued. That is the problem in America or Western world. If you make an allegation, you'll be sued. But in Nigeria, they've gone to make a cyber law. Instead of you suing, they will lock you up indefinitely. They can not let the law says you should be incarcerated and get paid. But they will pay all the taxes in the world. The day you need to have your baseline, the judge will be sick. Or the day they will go and verify your the guys that would your shorties, the person that is going to file it will tell you he doesn't have any few, or he's got some other things. They would frustrate you. That's why we need to be careful. And another thing, this is not an assertion, I know the system. Most of all these powerful people in Nigeria, when they're taking people into the fort, they always have their slots. So basically, they have people in the force that are loyal to them. So there could be a police officer there that is loyal to certain people, and they are the ones actually going around picking up things just because they want to curry the favor of their mentor. This is why it's very difficult unless we have someone in the police system that can fight for us, or be like what Susie is trying to do from Pennsylvania. If you can get evidence that you can embarrass this sleep internationally, if you could also go to sorry, who is that? Is that you can so for example,
international. All this don't. How we going to find this lady there? Because this lady have small little kids. They refuse to arrest this guy. Wait. They refuse to take this lady. Like Wumi, they refuse to take her because of that little boy she have. But they go and arrest this lady, have 2 little kids. Why? Please, we need to talk about that.
I believe you are from Ghana. This is Nigeria. Unfortunately, this is Nigeria. Unfortunately, this is Nigeria where
my brother. That doesn't make sense. Stop. He's from Ghana. He doesn't make sense. Stop.
No, I said this is wait.
Stop.
I said this is Nigeria. I didn't say don't no. Susan, I said this is Nigeria, not Ghana.
Have the same problem too. See, Ghana to have the same problem. It's not only you guys have this problem. If this happens, you see us coming here to fight for you guys. We all are the same people. Because my great-grandfather came from Nigeria.
As Mr. Muyiwa,
now that we are not united.
Okay, hold up. Please, we need to talk about it.
Thank you very much. Mr. Muyiwa made a speech.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just hold on, everybody. Now, thank you very much, Rotex. That's something I found out. You see, it is easy for you to build your house in the air. I don't build my house in the air. I face reality. And to reply, African TV, you were not here when we started. If you were here when we started around 3 p.m., that's hours back, the number of people, all those things we're talking about, we know them. We've spoken about it, we've moved from it to another thing. And we know there are snitches, we know how things are done. I know a lot of things. Now, after we've discussed all those things, all the bababu, we talk very well, we've discussed it. We came to the point of advising ourselves. And at the point of advising ourselves, then I was coming with updates on what is happening and the reason why some people were getting information, why some people were arrested, the updates and things that is happening about them. And what I then did was to switch for it into an educational mode and leave the one of just arguing and arguing. Ideas. It's good to have ideas. I moved to the part of cautioning yourself and ensuring you equip yourself very well, even in the course of fighting mobile, and encouraging those who have dropped. Now, one of it is the advice I've given. For those who listen, congratulations. For those who haven't, good radiance as well. We know Africa as what Africa is. We know the corruption. We know the power of those who are influential. Now, if you're now doing something that is going to expose them, we understand what could happen. And for me, I don't like to talk about it because you know, stop talking about it. There are not even elephants in the room. There are facts you see every time. What are you going to do to navigate it to achieve? How would you navigate it successfully and be able to achieve enough? And that is why I am advising people on the path of the law. If you like, be oblivious of the law that exists. The same law you are oblivious of is the same law they will use to gag you. And I'm simply giving example of what all of us can see. It is painful, but that is our reality. So, if you like, go do things, and when they want to come, because they will use the system as they know, we know they will use it. Be sure that you work within the ambit of the law. Whether we like it or not, Nigeria is a sovereign state. You may not like how things are run, but you are still subjected to them. Does that mean you cannot achieve things? No. People are achieving things. We're in this nation, people protest, they get what they want. We should be smart and strategic. That is all I'm preaching. So if you like, label me anything. I don't care. I've done my part. I've tried to set you right. It's good to fight, but it is good to be smart. So for those who are saying, oh, she has 2 child, she has 1 child, that does not matter if you violate the law. They don't know about that. They know about what they are set out to do. I've said this thing several times. As we are here, police are here with us. As we are here, those who don't want what we're doing are recording and sending it. Be wise. They might not come for you when you are raining. The time it is your turn to lead a cause, they will come from you. So be wise before you get to that place and you are at the point where you want to achieve things in the course of your quest for justice. Don't be found wanting. But if some people feel I am too harsh, sorry. I don't care. That is the fact. I am not running from the law, neither am I running from the fight of fighting for justice. We came 1-1. We will go 1-1. But if I want to fight for something, I fight from the place of the law, the place of knowledge. It guides me. It allows me to operate freely. It means I'm very cautious. You want to fight, you want to pick a catfish that all his body is slippery. Already you know. You go with something that will allow you to pick it. You don't pick it on the body, you pick it by the neck so that you can hold it. That is knowledge and wisdom. You want to fight with these people that we all know what it is. Inside, out, you have enemies everywhere. How do you fight? Get it right. Continue to fight. So that once we are going as a team, I said this thing, we started with a lot of hosts. Now they've reduced. A lot of people are backed out. Those of you that are still standing, I'm encouraging you, stay on. But if you want to stay on, be mindful of the gaps. Ensure that mistakes of those who they've been able to hold, you don't fall into it. Because if you do, when you know, it will reduce the strength. That is it for me. That is simply for me. Let the discussion continues.
Sorry, I have 2 questions for you, Aristo, please.
Based on what, please?
Based on the things we talked about just now.
They are silencing there. It's not that they don't have proof. They are silencing people. They don't want
You said
people
I
to
came
talk.
in late. And
You came in between. You only came when I was talking on the points of the law. So everything you said earlier about snitches, we've talked about it since 3.
Very good. Very good.
Everything. We've named them.
I want to ask you
So,
a question.
go ahead.
And I'm going to drop both of them at the same time so you can respond at once. When I was not here, before I came in, please, if you're calling me, I'm on the same phone that I'm using to engage this program. So every time you call, you are interrupting my conversation. Please do not call me now that I'm on this platform, because those calling me are people listening to me. I cannot talk to you and be on the platform. The 2 questions are, number 1, before I came in, did you profile a way? Did you guys discuss on how to get Ninka support? That's number 1. The second question, you Aristo, I know you as Mr. Express Yourself, which is a freedom of expression, freedom of speech, which I concur with you to the extent you say vent. When you tell people to vent, how do you at the same time tell them, do this, do that? Let me tell you, brother, the truth is...
Ask me the question now, don't tell me. Let me answer you quickly, because the answer is in my head.
When you tell
now,
people to vent, you tell them to express themselves, and they're getting picked up. How do you balance that?
Now, let me tell you this. Number one, did we talk about Iamyikeade? We did not talk on how to get her out because we don't have full information. You don't get someone, and I know people were looking for her. They were told she was taken to Zone 7, whatever. They've gone there, they can't find her. Now, people are still looking for her. Now, people are working, and I'm getting the information. Two, what I did is that you've seen Yinka's situation. Many people don't even know the reason why she was picked up. And what I've done here is to ensure that I was getting information and relaying it to people. None. I've not heard anyone done that. So, about Yinka is a work in progress. Two, I said express yourself, vent. And each time I tell anyone can correct me. If I say express, I give you the rules of expressing yourself. So I that say you should express yourself is a freedom of expression. But when you express yourself, ensure that you work with the rules. You are an adult. And on this platform, anyone will not tell me when I say vent, I give you rules. And that is how it is. You want to fight for something, you understand some rules. You fight so that while you are fighting, you will not be slowed down by anything. All I've done tonight is after we've talked about these are enemies, these are that, this is this. We've tried to correct ourselves. We've tried to remind those among us that are doing bad things and currently they are paying for it. We've also tried to even talk about human rights. As you have the right to vent, so also the person you are venting about or venting on, if the person is a human being, if you cross the line, the person also has the right to seek redress. So what will you do? You vent in a way that you know you are passing out your vent and it is clear and it's able and you are eating it, but at the same time, you are not doing anything that can be held against you. That for me is smart work, not just working. Now, I get people. So that I believe I've answered your question. So even for others, if you come here and say you want to vent, I give rules of venting. My own rules of venting. It's not, you call your own woto. My venting is you vent with civility. We know what you are talking about, but vent. Because at the end of the day, I will not be held responsible for what you say. I gave you a platform to show something. I didn't give you a platform to do what will put you in trouble. So we are adults. Let's do it right. And we will get things right. That is my, my little way, my little cocoon, where I think things should be done. People outside Nigeria, you can go anywhere to protest, depending on the country you are. But those of us in Nigeria know that even though you have the freedom of association, freedom to protest, police in Nigeria will still tell you, come and take permission. Does that happen where you are? No. For those of us in Nigeria, we try to follow it so that you can do those protests and do it right, and they will protect you. Even if they don't give you, you still find another way. Iamyikeade did that. And I said it on this platform. So let us all be listening. She first went to the Nigerian police that they want to do a walkout, all female. She need permission. They refused her. They said on what matter? It's a Lagos State matter. Please go and do it in Lagos. She went to DSS. DSS interviewed her. She went for a series of meetings. They saw merit in what she was saying, and they saw that it will not cause any form of trouble. They allowed her. The protest was a success. They did very well. So let us think. We all say there are principalities and power. Maybe principalities and power stopped that through where she went before. But she went to another one. They allowed her. It shows when you are persistent, you get an answer. She did everything. She did not violate any law. It was clear. Then the principalities and power then remembered, we can't get this person. And those among us, and on the other side, recording everything, we're recording to find mistake. They send it. This is the person. This is the evidence for this person said, oh, it's one of them. And they acted. You're not going to blame aristocrats for that. But we still know the principalities and power, those who are trying to suppress, are still at work. It is a known fact. What should we do? When you know your enemy, you know how to fight better. And that's all I'm preaching. I'm telling those who want to get out, don't get out, but do it smartly. Those who are still there, yes, you know all the bad people, all the gaps. Also be smart and ensure at every point you are recording success along the line. This is a simple advice anyway. And this is just aristocrats. There are a lot of people here. A lot of great minds, great people. Aristocrat is just expressing himself. Everybody, you can also express yourself. So it's as simple as that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
We all are here making noise. Mubad, without organization, we can't do nothing. We can't do.
I drop that person. I'm not going to take that from anybody. You don't come here and say, we all are here making noise. That is insultive. If you want to come back, you either apologize or stay away. Next person, please.
Am I next?
Please now, no, you are not next. It's Bob. Bob is next. Bob Seller, if he's there.
Hello, aristocrat. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Me, I don't really have much to say. All I wanted to say, African TV has said it all. Everything he said today has aligned with him. I don't care what anybody, how people think about African TV. The man is brilliant. Everything he said today is all what I've had in my head the whole day, but I could not come on panel to say it because they attack people. I don't know. I don't know what is happening. It is not supposed to be like this. Every host now you come, they'll tell you don't mention this one name. Don't mention this one name here. Then you people should close your whatever and let us forget about this justice. This is not how to fight justice. If we continue like this, we are not going to get nothing. Nothing. It's like we are weak. We are giving the people that killed this boy, that unalive this boy, power to do whatever they are doing, are picking people one after the other. That's all I have to say for now. Thank you.
Sorry, I forgot. I lost my train of thoughts. I'll come back again. Somebody else can go. Lady Aries, you haven't spoken or said anything.
I just have a phone call. I will speak in a few.
Can I talk? If you don't mind, Mr. Aristocrat. Hello? Can everyone hear me?
We're listening, yes.
Yeah. I usually don't come. I listen, I go to every platform, and I've been doing that since this case started. But I would say it in a collective way. We fail to understand that regardless of how emotional or how emotionally attached we are to a situation, we should always do it in a constructive way. Or else, you either lose the battle or you lose the focus of what you're actually trying to achieve. Now, I'm just going to say this briefly, and I think I'll back what Mr. Aristocrat said. When you want to fight a battle, especially if it has to do with fighting the law, people that actually make the law, you have to walk in line with the law so that you don't get caught. I think that is what is trying to explain and people are not really catching up to what he's saying. You're working against the system, and the system would look for every loophole to get you caught so that you don't go ahead with whatever you're doing. By so doing, for you to get to your destination, you need to sit your butt down, you need to make sure you do your homework very well, and you walk in line with the law. So that should there be any situation that eventually arises and you were being questioned, you have something to back it up. I might be taking, let me share this experience I had. That was in 2012 in America. So I was actually working with a colleague of mine in the office, and he had a heart attack. I was actually just with this person, and he's a Ugandan, I'm an Ugandan citizen. I never knew he was actually a son to the governor, one of the maybe governor, whatever name they call it in Uganda then. So I called the paramedics. I went berserk. I was so hysterical. I was shaking, and I was on the phone with the paramedics trying CPR. This is a man that is, I think he's 6'6", and talking about weight and everything is just in excess. It was in excess. So eventually they came, and immediately they called the time on him. He was gone. But from this case, right from the beginning, I knew, I'm sorry to say, Nigerian government, they were just messing with the case. Because I've been through it, I've been questioned. I was at a point where someone died where I was. The food he had and everything was being questioned. The kind of relationship, even if it was work, maybe there's any form of prejudice or something like that going on, you know. So I was questioned. I think the guy, they called the time around 5 a.m. and I was questioned till 1 p.m. Now, I'll tell you where I knew the government was messing with whoever is seeking for justice. I was there when this guy died, and I was the only person that was in the office when he died. And I know how many that actually questioned me. And this, hello, can you still hear me?
Yes.
So at that point, when I was watching the way mobile case started and the way the cops were questioning and doing all those things, I knew it was a game. I was just laughing. Because even though I was working with that person who knew there was nothing and blah, 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 I was still questioned. And it took so many people coming. At some point, FBI came because then there were a lot of things going on. So now I'm going to go back to what Aristocrat is saying. We have cases in the office and stuff like that. Like, if you really want to deal with your employee, you got to go by the rules. Meaning you have to get to work on time. You don't cut corners. You do everything that aligns with the rules and tenets of that work premises. Now you want to deal with an employer. You come into work late. You're not sticking to the rules. You're cutting corners. All your safety precautions in the trash. And at the end of the shift, you're saying, oh, you've been exposed to HIV. You understand what I mean? So you're going to get burnt and no one is going to stand up for you because you're already working against yourself. So what Mr. Aristocrat is trying to say, I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of emotional outbursts and crying and venting and blah, blah, blah. But you want to make utterances, make sure you have proof of what you're saying. Because no matter how much you hate the Oba, you hate the lady in question, you want to bring something you can prove because they also have families. For me, when this started, I was so angry. You know why? Because that mobile song, I used to work with an Asian man that we would sing Auntie Poke or something like that. So when I take jollof rice to work, he would like, I'll tell him, if you don't sing Talo Sopeko Poke, you cannot eat my jollof rice. So I'm always messing with that Asian guy. So when he died, I never even knew he was the one that sang it until he died. And that song was played and I'm like, wow. So Aristocrat is saying the right thing, regardless of the prejudice or whatever you may have against him. Please just clear your mind. You want to work against the law, you're not going to get anywhere. Walk in line with the law and you get better results. Thank you.
Spoken. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You made so much sense. I don't know who is feeling prejudiced. I don't know who is feeling that Aristocrat is being prejudiced or whatever. He will come tomorrow and talk about justice for Mohbad. He will come another couple of days and talk about justice for Mohbad. He can go on another platform and talk about justice for Mohbad, right? He's just advising. This is an English-speaking platform. So some people don't really understand English as much as, those of us in the box do. Do you understand? It's understandable, right? But I need you guys to understand that this is exactly what he's saying. You don't have proof of something. Do not set your ring light and come on live and start saying stuff that you're not aware of. The problem that I have had since the arrest of the first persons during this whole situation, what's going on? So during the arrest of the first persons, the problem I had with the team Justice for Mohbad, we didn't sit down and do what we're doing today. We didn't sit down and try to analyze since we've been analyzing the case for justice for Mohbad, we didn't sit down and analyze and try to uncover what exactly was it that this person, Arifa, did that was defamation towards such and such persons, right? What was it that Veron did that was defamation and bullying of such and such persons? Why don't we just sit down and understand exactly what happened with these people and why they got into the situation they got into? You are not being, you're not trying to put your head together. When a host open live, you think the host is the president of the country. You follow anything they say. You use your keypad. You type anything. You come up. You faja the wrong way. And then get yourself in trouble. If that host cannot be found, you that you are in Idumota, they will find you. You that you are in Lekki, they will find you. So if you don't have what it is that it takes, and with you buttressing everything that is coming out of your mouth, and that you're telling people, if you do not have that to buttress, like I'm sorry to say, Nigerian police and the government will include you as part of the others, because the others it could be anybody that is saying anything, and it might not necessarily be justice for Mohbad. It could be saying that, Oba was, seen in a compromising situation with somebody else that is not from the palace or that is not one of the Oloris. It could be something like that. There were 3 names there, because I think that's what's disturbing some people's heads. That there were 3 names there does not mean that anybody else, you people enacted an act of the cyberbullying and all that cyber stalking stuff. They did that in your country. When they did that in your country, why didn't you go out and protest and saying that, there's some kind of cyberbullying that are not really cyberbullying? That's where you should have carried your frustration out of, not on the defamation of character. One of us did that to another of us. Right here under our nose, every day we're family, justice for Mohbad, justice for Mohbad. One of us did that to one of us. Fine, what the person did was wrong, right? What the person did was wrong, but one of us did that to one of us. Under our very own eye, it's called defamation of character and cyberbullying. I had a situation with that. I could have pursued it at the time at the time of your court. But I have a different way of seeing things. Like, I'm very diplomatic. There's time for everything. In as much as I hate time, I love time, because it gives me room to do the things that I need to get done. when I need to get it done. I didn't forget that situation. And I seen the things that followed up from that. Oh, they're trying to set me up. They're trying to set me up. I will attend to that at a later date. If I had attended to it in the middle of us fighting for justice for Mohbad, for us going about saying, oh, we're doing this protest, oh, we're going to NMS, this and that, and then I came with my own wahala, and then there was FBI on somebody's ass amongst you people. What will be said about me today? Of course, you're going to hate me. But this person that went and petitioned another of us is a legend in the fracas kingdom. A legend. And some of you can attest to it. So why are we doing each other the way we are doing each other? Mind you, they have arrested Arifat, they had arrested Veron. We still haven't heard from them.
Isabel, can I ask you a question?
We're all hiding. Let me finish. We're all hiding ourselves. But then, we are the ones bringing ourselves out too. If BT was somewhere resting and not on the road, just laying about the place, would they find him to get him? Where is Westo today? You don't apply wisdom when you need to apply wisdom. That's the problem that we have for the most part. And it's very unhealthy for us. It's very, very unhealthy for us. There is time for everything. There is time for everything. If you don't have an evidence for stuff, don't come out and start calling people's names. Don't come out and start clamoring stuff. Go by the scripts. Go by the scripts. We're planning to, go and have a rally, a peaceful rally on the 24th. That's not going to stop me, because first of all, I already bought my tickets. So yeah, I'm going there. And I'm hopeful that, some of us will show up. And I'm also hopeful that this whole thing that has been happening will give Mr. Muyiwa some sense of reasoning and show up in solidarity. And show up in solidarity so that at least, okay, we can at least give you something, a little credit. But right now, you have nothing from me. And I bet you have nothing from anyone, because you haven't shown any form of leadership. And I will keep saying it. Yesterday, there was an accidental message, quote and unquote, that was sent out. There was so much cover-up. God is not a man that lies. The Bible says that. God is not a man that is walking on the streets with you or that has a thinking of you and I. He created you, so he will control your mind. What did we do yesterday? We're trying to figure out if this was a lie, if this was a true, if it was merge. Today, God did what he had already orchestrated to do, because he has been seeing how we've been acting up since. And God forbid, unfortunately, Iamyikeade was arrested. So are you trying to tell me that the email or whatever message that was sent to her that was now deleted wasn't what it was? Think about it, because, there's still some PR going on around. And we want to blame Timumi for Iamyikeade's arrest. Yeah, you can blame them, because they are very tactical in their dealings. Very, very tactical. We are not. Anywhere Beleface is who we are. And it's unfortunate. I'm talking to myself as well. So if you think I'm bashing you, or I'm talking down on you and I'm disrespectful, I am disrespectful to myself as well. I am shameful as well, because guess what? I am part of this family, Justice for Mohbad. It is a shameful and disgraceful behavior. It is sad that people have been talking about certain people that have been doing crazy things lately on this Justice for Mohbad. But yet, they are fit and deemed worthy of being the frontliners. Really? Why do you think everything is going in disarray? When you never listened in the first order, But all we're quick to do is, oh, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. You're sorry? How many times do you want to be sorry? Because me, myself, I never presented myself to you. What accepting sorry all the damn time? I am here for business, which is called justice for Mohbad. And if you're not going to live up to that, then please, you do not need me. You don't. And this is true talk. Whoever wants to listen will listen. So those of you that do not really understand English, I have tried to be loud enough so that you can understand what exactly is being said on this platform today. Be wise and be guided. Know where the road that you are following. Egugu, be careful. You are on the express road of TikTok.
Can I ask you my question, Isabel?
Go ahead, sir.
You mentioned two important things to me. You said there's a time for everything. There is a time for everything. Do you agree that now that Ninka is picked up, we are supposed to be discussing strategies on how to get her out, and Veron, and now Bintu, because they mentioned that Bintu was part of Bintu's arrest because of the Elegushi?
Yes.
Do you agree that this time is most importantly be used to strategize on how to get them? Then the second question, do you or anybody in the house have a copy of Elegushi's petition? I've seen it in the past, but I didn't pay it no mind, and I don't know where it is in my archives. I would like to examine that language and others, because an others could include you and I and anybody else that has ever mentioned.
Yes. I already included myself, but I'm trying to figure out how that's gonna happen. Like, how are you gonna get me arrested?
My question, my dear, is if that statement is true in the petition, I agree. According to your statement, there's a time for everything. Do you agree that this is the time to go after that petition? Because I don't believe legally you can give somebody a blanket petition to pick up anybody. Do you?
So I'm going by it's not possible. I'm going by the way Nigeria is set up. I'm not referring. I'm in a different place entirely. So I'm going to actually pursue this petition. I need to see it so that I can submit it somewhere that I need to submit it to, and have them see that, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is my motive. This is what we're doing. This is our motive, and this is what is on us. How do we solve this problem? And I will get the solution to the problem. I'm not dealing with Nigeria. No. If people think that you're going to keep saying, oh, Nigeria, we did this. Police, we couldn't. Nah, it's left right now. I'm not going to lie to you. It's left with those of us that are out here in the diaspora. There is absolutely no way we would go to NMS and there'll be police shooting everywhere and all that rubbish. It's not possible. Because guess what? There's freedom of speech. There's right to movement. You can be anywhere you want to be, as long as you're not lurking or trespassing. Like, you have the liberty to be in this country. So NMS don't want to be out of business. So they're going to cooperate when we go there that day. And I cannot wait. I'm looking forward to it. They will cooperate. They will tell us what we need to know. And they will backtrack themselves. Because from everything that we've been able to come up with, they were given a job to get done by a certain party who is affiliated with the Lagos State DNA, whatever. They're going to lead us to everybody. Because when the FBI is on their asses, it can be a little business. It can be selling chin-chin as a business that is registered. And somebody that came to buy chin-chin suffered food poisoning. That business can be totally shut down and detrimental to that person that is selling small chin-chin. Needless to talk about a life of somebody. They were missing 3 pages. Where are the other pages? What's going on? You should have copies. You should have gone through your work. You say you do not receive any blood work that is not Nigerian. When you typed in the system with the date of birth and the phone and the name, and you did not see that person in the system, not found, you should have gone back to the people that sent you blood and samples to verify with them and ask them, who is this Jane Doe patient, or who is this such and such patient? Because we can't find them in the archive of the United States. Where is this from? A lot of shit is going to happen. So whatever is going on in Nigeria, no problem. Make una do your do. We're coming back. We're going to face you guys again. It's like a nightmare. You feel like you've won. You feel like you are high. You're on top of the world now. We're coming back to hunt you from this other side. And let's see how you're going to touch us on this side. Just as what Susie Justice had said. So please, those of you that know where you are, listen carefully. If you do not have any form of evidence, you don't have any form of information, please do not put yourself on the line. Do not. Because there's nothing like, like everyone is really upset. So I don't know who's going to do a GoFundMe for you. Do not be following any host that you're not sure of, that has concrete evidence, that is not showing you the evidence. Let's be guided. That is the message from today, if there's anything you picked up.
Just a quick one, Isabella. I'm so much grateful for you guys going down to NMS. You guys don't know what you guys are going to unravel, because if you can raise a big question mark on that report from NMS Lab, this is going to be the big changer that will get us the justice. And that is the evidence, that's the strong binding facts and evidences that we're looking for. Because if you can raise the question mark of how did you get about getting this specimen? Did you go about the legal way? Are you sure this specimen belongs to X or XY client? Did you go through any legality in the processing? That has raised a big question mark into all investigation on Lagos State government. And this is what we can go after. They cannot arrest us based on this. There's no government, there's no corrupt government in this world that can bring up any kangaroo court to arrest people that are looking for justice in a legal way.
In the diaspora as well,
that's sort of the.
Let me interrupt you.
Sorry, I don't know if anybody can also, especially in the United States, try and get an injunction on WhatsApp using, if you can go to a lawyer, to get us the WhatsApp history on Mohbad's phone.
Okay.
No, that's a lot. No, we can't get there. We're not there yet. It's small by small. It's small by small.
Hold on. Let me ask him a question. Where do you live? Do you live in Nigeria?
I live in the United Kingdom.
Okay, United Kingdom. You see, there's something that I'm seeing in this justice for Mohbad, the pattern. Okay. A lot of us, we come out here, we talk big. We talk, give your suggestions and all that. After TikTok, you go back to your house, people don't put more effort. You understand? Like some of us, we put a lot of efforts. We don't sleep night and day. We go from pole to poles, to put things together to make things happen. We don't just feel like coming out here and blow the trumpets for everybody to listen to us. If what we said on platform, if that's the way we put it into practice, believe me, honestly, we're not going to be where we are today. Okay? So as we're coming up here to drop these ideas and all these things, if you live around United States, it's okay for you to go out there and put pressure in the necessary offices you can put pressure on. If you live in the United Kingdom, do the same, okay? In that case, the best weapon we have in this justice for Mohbad is beginning to attack them on the national stage. Yes, we had a meeting yesterday. we spoke to some attorneys who is really thinking that this case is a United States of America case. Now we schedule to see if we can get appointment to talk to Attorney General of Pennsylvania in that subdivision where this 2 lab is located at. It doesn't cause any harm. Another group of 2 or 3 people doing the same thing. You understand? Try to locate the Attorney General's office, get the phone number, get the email address, do the same thing. You understand? Thank you. When you do that, believe me, honestly, the pressure is going to build up. When we come here and we submit this, very, tantalizing suggestion, and after this, and we don't put it to practice, and you leave it for a set of individual to do it, then there's no way we can move forward. We encourage each other. You understand? There are some group that will turn your stuff down, that whatever you're doing, you are overdoing. There are some group, they are very good in giving the suggestions. Let all of us beginning to put this into practice, okay? Let it not be a set of people coming up with the founding, okay? Let all of us living in United States of America, okay? Go on Google, look for Attorney General of that subdivision. We have the address where these 2 labs is located at. You understand? When all of us get Attorney General involved, I talk to Attorney General's office, you talk to Attorney General's office, another person talk to Attorney General's office. Believe me, honestly, they're
even for your states, for your own states, your own districts, your divisions, everything, you have a representative. Reach out to them. Send it. Let it be that they have something on their decks regarding justice for mobile. Let them be aware.
Hold on, Alip and Bella. See, it don't have to be your state from what the lawyers told us yesterday. These 2 places, hold on. These 2 places that we are looking at with this lab is staged in Pennsylvania. So it's the only Attorney General of that place, of that subdivision that is in charge of that place, that zip code where this 2 lab is located at. I'm going to urge everybody that live in the United States, live in United States. Let's beginning to do that. You understand? We'll probably going to get to speak to the Attorney General by Tuesday or Wednesday. You understand? Get in there. Let's beginning to hammer so that they can appoint an investigation, appoint an FBI to beginning to look into this case, beginning to look into this lab, like Anibella said, these 2 labs, from the finding, they are not supposed to take any payment from overseas. The payment of any test they're supposed to consult in this lab is supposed to be within United States of America. So what are we trying to do? The person, the third party who submit this payment to this other lab, what did he tell the other lab? You understand? So now we are bringing cases upon them. Somebody need to get the heat. You understand?
Yes.
And we need to put the heat on somebody. Now, Oba Elegushi has decided to make this case of mobile death to be all about him. That is what I've seen in this case. And to me, Oba Elegushi is part of our distraction. He's distracting us for getting...
Hold on, just hold on 1 second.
Please. I want to correct the arrest Iamyikeade this thing, please.
Let me finish, then you can come in. Just hold on 1 second, let me finish. You see, Oba Elegushi has finally, make this case to be all about him, diverting our attention from the real thing that happened to my life. And Oba Elegushi has made it a focus, to be a focus on him. Now, I'm going to touch everybody. Men cheat, we women we cheat. We have kids out of our marriages. Men have kids out of their marriages. Okay? This is something that happened. If that is the situation Wumi and Oba Elegushi has find themselves, let it be. We have the petition. The petition that mentioned the Elegushi's palace name written there. Let's begin to use the petition to call Oba Elegushi into this case, because he has choose to make himself the main architect of this case. Then let's turn the petition around to really make him the architect of the death of Mohbad. Remove Liam. Totally, please. Put Liam away. And let's use the petition to put Oba Elegushi on the spot he want to be. He want this case to all about him. Let the focus be on him. Let the petition now turn the focus on him. Please leave baby Liam alone. They will figure it out by themselves. Let the petition speak for us. Let the petition be the one that we will use. We'll be calling Oba's name. In that case, when he put petition on any of us, when we go to court or when they arrest us, that petition will speak for us. They ask you a question. Sorry, sir. The reason why I'm calling Oba Elegushi's name is this petition that says some people is going to kill me and these people is related to him. At the end of the day, the person in question is dead.
Yes.
Period.
Yes. Miss Susie, some people are saying that Mohbad is not a U.S. citizen. He's not a U.S. resident. I need to make you guys understand that this case has reached another dimension. It was an international case when he died. Everybody heard about it all over around the world. So this case has reached a new dimensional phase. Just so you know. So it's not about him being a U.S. citizen. It's not about him being a resident. Every country is looking for food. What happened when, you guys complained about the, the decision on the elections? How you guys went all the way to Chicago and, talked about your president being, involved in, pushing of narcotics and all these type of things. Nobody answered you. They were quiet about it. Do you think they don't want to do something about it? Every country is looking